Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I am doing one of Molly's mandala or placemats. I don't know that they call them mandalas or placemats because usually mandalas is usually just one, but there's 6 of these, so I just call them placemats. And I'm on to the third colour. I've done all the 2 colours on the six of them there. Those ones. And I've just started putting the oatmeal, or it's more like, I can't describe the colour, more like a camel. It's a camel colour, I would call it. That's a more recognisable colour, I think. So I've just started doing that, the 3rd round on it. So you can see the difference, just slightly darker than the creamy one in the middle. But I have just had a couple of fellas at the door. To try to persuade me to change my broadband. I could tell by their face when I wished I'd looked out the window before I heard the knock at the door. You know, I've got dust on my glasses. I can see little specks of dust on my glasses to be off the wool. But I'm looking through that better. And I wished I'd looked out the window and seen them, or I wouldn't have answered the door, because I know what they're after. But I could tell by his face when I opened the door, and he's probably seen it himself. There was 2 of them, a young fella. One seemed to be the boss one, like, and the other one must have been learning, I think. Salesman, like. And I could tell by the look on his face, oh, we've got an old age pensioner here, we'll get her, no trouble at all. Only they don't flame and no me, do they? His son. Who's your broadband provider? I says, Sky. We've got a much better deal with BT. Says, you know what you can do with BT and all, don't you? Oh, but it's much better, and you do realise, says, Sky rents all the line things and cables and everything from BT, and you have to pay that. I says, I don't even care what the rent, what they pay, I'm not changing. And you want, how much are you paying? You want to know how much I paid and that, and I told him everything, and you get much better from BT. It's a much better deal, your telephone and everything. I says, look at, I am quite happy with Sky. I says, I know the internet, I know how it works, I know what it's like. I say, even if it drops out anytime, I know how to get it back on straight away. I says, I've got no trouble and I'm not changing. And he got going on and on and on, and the young lad was standing, he was behind him, and he was sort of smirking, looking at me and smirking. He sort of like saying, who I have, you've got a job here, mate, like. And he was still going on about how good BT was, much better. And I says, I don't care how much better they are. I says, I like what I've got and I'm not changing. But why? I says, for a start, I says, I don't have a contract. I'm out of the contract that you get with them. I says, for years I haven't had a contract. I can cancel any time I want. I am not taking out a 2-year contract with somebody else for a couple of pounds less. He's going on. He just would not give up. I nearly told him to F off at the finish line, but he finally got the message and he realised he wasn't getting anywhere with me. He was walking away and the young lad turned round to me, like he turned round, without the other fella saying like that, Stick to your guns. Nobody talked me into something I don't want. And to get those phone calls as well for the energy companies and keep trying to get you to change to them. And you know, doesn't make any difference whether you change or not. After your contract thing's up, the prices just keep going up and up and up. So you end up no better off. And I keep getting them phone calls, and if I hear anything, I don't hear very well on my phone, especially my phone in the passage. I have another one in the kit. It's usually in the kitchen, but it's been upstairs in my workroom since I thought I was going to be up there. I've never brought it back downstairs again, but I hear better on that one than the one in the passage, because my hearing, I think I need a hearing aid. But I just got hear any energy, and I just put the phone down on them. They get loads of calls like that, and like you're saying, you know for a fact, the price that they give you a deal to get you signed up, and then after a while the price just keeps going up. But anyway, I'm doing what I can of this. It is not quite 1 o'clock yet. Haven't had any lunch yet. I just have my lunch when I feel like it, and the same with my tea, and that I don't stick to any particular time. Depends what time I get up in the morning, what time I have my meals. The later I get up, the later the meals and that. So I'm still doing my crochet, but I did a little bit more. I've done the 3rd bowl. I now have a set of 3 bowls now, because I did the other 2 for Belinda. I did the sandy colour in the white one to match the bag she already had. So I had 2 of those 2. So I've done the 3rd one this morning. I didn't have quite enough of the it was Aran, the turquoise Aran I had. I didn't quite have enough, but it was a majestic, but I did have some double knitting in the majestic, and it was more or less the same. I put it together, and there's very little difference. You can hardly notice the difference. I think I started it about there. All that there, it was done with the double knitting. You can't see any difference in the colour, but I put 2 strands together to make it thicker, like it was more like chunky. So I managed to do another one. So I now have 3 of these now. So I will be putting these on my shop when I get sorted out with all the other things, because I do have some little baby sweaters and a couple of little baby sweaters, and I'm trying to build up a little bit stock to put on one of my shops. I'm not sure I'm going to put it on eBay or whether I'll try my coffee shop. I could put it on, oh, and I've done that into the wrong stitch there. I'll do that again. I can't put them onto eBay, and I'll get what I ask for on eBay, but anybody buying them is paying more than what I'm asking because of the insurance thing that eBay is adding to the price. I'll give you an example. I've had 1 or 2 orders on eBay this morning. I have to post the patterns. Let's see. Now a lady has bought a single pattern, one of my patterns, and then she's bought a pack with 3. So that's 2 things. That's classed as 2 orders. Now I get £5 for the one is 3 knitting patterns for the price of 2, so I charge £5 for that's one of my offers I have on. So she's paid £5 for that and £2.50 for the single pattern. So that means I get £7.50. That's what I'm asking for. But she's also been charged £1.74 on top of that for the buyer protection fee. So that lady, instead of her paying the £7.50, which was what she would have been before they started adding this buyer protection, she's paid £9.24. And that is on each item. It doesn't matter how many patterns you order, you are paying 75p on each pattern. But the one with the 3 patterns in is classed as just one, because it's one listing with 3 patterns for the price of 2. So she's only paid 75p for that one, but she's paid 75p for the other one as well, the single pattern. And then there's the extra on top of that, which would have been £1.50. So she's paid 24p. That's the certain percentage of what the order comes to. So that's the £1.74 extra she's paid. Now, if that lady had bought all those 3 patterns separate instead of in that pack, they would have cost her 75p on every single pattern, which I don't like. So I'm not sure where I'm going to put these things when I'm trying to build up a little bit stock. Shut that down. I'm trying to build up a little bit stock before I put them up on whatever shop I'm going to put them up on. I have an order on Etsy as well, so I'm going to have to go over to the post office today to post them. So I haven't made my mind up yet what shop I'm going to put them on, but I'm going to try to build up a little bit stock first so I can put a few things up all at once. That's just in case anyone buys something, maybe possibly buy 2 things instead of just 1 thing. So instead of me paying like for 1 parcel, it cost me £3.92 for the post a parcel. That's with tracking 2nd class. Someone may buy 2 things, but if they bought them 2 separate, it would cost me that twice. But if they buy them together, they would be in 1 parcel and it would only cost me that £3.92. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to put a lot of stock up together in case anybody wants to buy more than 1 thing at once. But anyway, I will be putting that down soon anyway, because I'll be getting some lunch, and I've done a little bit more of the little cardigan. And I now have nearly finished the front on it. Nearly up to where I start the shaping for the neckline, so I'll get a bit more of that one done today, probably finish that side and get the other side done. So that's how much I've done of that. Put that back in the bag there, ready to start. And that's about it, all I've done actually. But I have just been watching things on. I watch a lot of, I stream a lot of like film and TV, but they're all off the free channels. Like Amazon Prime has a lot of free films and TV and that. You can't pay for some things if there's some things that you want, but I don't have the Amazon Prime myself. I have an odd time paid for something. There's been some new TV thing that I've seen that I've wanted. But I watch most of the free things that's on the like Amazon Prime and Pluto TV, and I think there's 1 or 2 other ones. I look for them and I just download them and put them onto my computer. And that's where I was telling that young fella, because he was on about the Sky Television as well, and I said, well, I cancelled my Sky Television a long time ago because I never watch it. I says, if there's anything free, I watch that. So he was on about the game, and he says, well, with BT you'll get super fast broadband, good for gaming and things like that. I says, I'm not a gamer. I says, I don't do things like that. I says the only games I play on my computer are card games like Spider Solitaire, and then I've beat all of the ones that was on anyway. I beat the Expert and the Master and a lot of them, so I've got to start from the beginning again. I have to find some other card game that I can beat them at. And that's what I do. I watch a lot of the free things. There's a lot of good old shows, ones that you'd forgotten about and never seen in years. That on these, it's called Freevee, the Amazon one, Freevee. And there's a lot of old shows that I've been watching recently that I haven't seen in a lot of years. So that's what I do when I'm just sitting a night time and watch things on my computer. That's why I don't need Sky Movies and Sky TV and paying that money for them. Because he was on about how you could get this from BT and that from BT. But anyway, that's my little bit for today. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.